right, guys. Ian Anderson, Steve Brinster, Central Coast Disc Golf. We are back for the final 9 holes of the FDR Fools Fest. We have a ridiculously awesome battle going down, Steve.
Yeah, absolutely. After the front 9, I gained a 1-stroke lead, and with 3 guys right behind me, it's going to be a good battle.
Cool. Well, tell us about hole 10.
Hole 10 is a 610-foot par 4. You can see OB going down the entire right-hand side. You really just want to make sure that you stay out of the OB. You don't go too far left to tie yourself up into the trees. And with a good drive, you should have a relatively easy second shot in the 200-foot range to the pin.
Is this kind of like a tale of two nines where one is wooded and one's open? Or
yeah, absolutely. This 9 is certainly much more open. It has quite a few par 4s and a par 5, 2 par 5s. It's going to be a little bit different twist than what you saw on the front.
You look disappointed with that throw.
Yeah, I didn't want to make the mistake after kind of knowing I took the lead. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't do that, which is the one thing you can't do. You can't go OB right here.
Simon's going for the pin, isn't he?
Simon threw this so far. He was like 100 feet past anybody I've ever seen on this hole. And,
really?
And at 6'10", he's inside 100, jump putting up the hill. He just absolutely annihilated that one.
He almost had to yell 4.
Yeah.
Card's still putting down there.
I felt like he was taking out a little bit of frustration for not eagling the hole before or some of his other issues that he had on the front. And you see where Casey was, he not only is taking a stroke, but he's so far back. And even with a really good pull, he's still 40, 50 short. So he kind of made a big mistake there, going OB off the tee and having to take some distance with the OB stroke.
Yeah, that would definitely hurt on a hole I'm sure you're planning on birdieing.
Yeah, you don't have to do a lot to kind of put yourself in birdie position.
I just throw 200-300-foot shots, right?
Right.
Yeah. Looks like you threw a little bit more than 300 on your drive, a little bit less on the up. Firebird?
It was actually a Brinster T-Bird.
Brinster T-Bird, okay. That was beautiful, and that should ensure a 3. You're not losing strokes to anybody unless Simon hits this for an eagle. Come on, Simon, you're better than that.
And you could kind of tell on that putt there that the wind is blowing. It just kind of held that up. I guess with no leaves in the trees, it really is just so hard to tell, but it definitely kind of let that one hang up in the air. And
yeah, you can see it dance around a little bit.
I know he wanted it, and it was just kind of another bid for him that he wasn't able to convert, so I think he was starting to get a little frustrated.
Yeah, understandable. Chris misses a putt, which is rare for him. Simon at least cleans up a birdie. This will be a par for Chris. I believe a bogey for Casey and a birdie for yourself. Getting a little bit of separation here.
Yeah, I just kind of did what I needed to do on that hole. I've been in Casey's position where I've went OB, and knowing that if you just get up the fairway a good chunk, you're going to be in pretty easy birdie land. I just made sure I didn't make that mistake.
Yep. I went from a tight race to a small straight. You got a stroke lead over Simon, and we're looking at hole 11.
Yeah, hole 11, par 4, 595. There's kind of 2 routes that you could take on this hole. Most people are going to take the Annie route, try and get up to these larger pine trees. The aggressive play is kind of up the middle, but if you were to hit something early, you kind of take birdie out of play. So I think you're going to see most people going Annie.
Okay. Looks like a beautiful hole. Let's see what you got for us in this blustery wind. You up for going Destroyer?
Yeah, this is a swirly Destroyer.
There is that Annie line you talked about. Is that doing what you wanted to?
Yeah, pretty much. There's a couple trees up there, which I ended up hitting. If it could kind of squirt through those, you'll have an easier upshot, but I should be inside 300.
And Simon trying to do some things with a PD2. He's going roller. Simon.
Yeah, he was constantly trying to push the envelope and try and find a way to make up a stroke as we got to these longer holes.
How'd that shot work out? Pretty good?
Yeah, he's in a great position there. That he got it well up the fairway, and he should have a routine up.
Nice. Chris, a little bit shorter than you'd like, I believe. Is Casey going hyzer line?
Yeah, Casey's kind of taking this up the gut line, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. If you clip one of those trees, you're going to have a long way for a second shot.
That you are, and here is his second. Has to be turned over a little more than he wanted. Not terrible, though.
He's going to have an easy up and down for par, but he's pretty much taken birdie out of possibility.
So your Huck Lab T-Bird?
This is my Sentinel again.
Sentinel, then. Thank you. You have a putt for the bird. Maybe a little shorter than you want, but not bad. Chris? Not the longest drive, but pretty open.
Yeah, he ended up in a good spot. It's nice to be able to throw a hyzer in there, but he kind of let that one get away a little bit.
Yeah, he did. That's a longer birdie putt than you want. And let's see where Simon ended up. I'm super curious. Oh, wow. That did work, didn't it?
And that's a pretty routine shot for Simon.
That it is. Not close enough to push the eagle envelope, but he'll take his easy birdie. Casey just pitches up. That's going to be a par. So we got Chris, a long birdie putt here. He's getting him close. Just a little bit short. Here you are looking for a birdie. And yeah, you needed that one to keep your lead because Simon is parked.
Yeah, absolutely. At this point, I kind of had a pretty good feeling about where I was, and just want to keep grinding away and make sure I don't give up something easy.
Mm-hmm. Are you keeping track of everybody when you're playing usually? Or not?
It depends. Sometimes I kind of knew in the back of my head where Simon was at this point. He was the one that I was kind of keeping track of, and as long as I don't give up the box, I should be in pretty good shape.
That's a good way to look at it. I like it, Steve. There you are, keeping on your one-stroke lead over Simon. You guys are pulling away a little bit from there, Casey and Chris. Hole 12 is on deck, sir.
Yeah, hole 12, par 5, 770. This is a great hole. This also has OB all the way up the right-hand side and surrounding the pin. Shots that you can get to finish close to the OB just past this stump are going to give you a much better angle at attacking the pin. Anything off the tee shot that finishes left is not going to have a very good opportunity to take advantage of a potential eagle.
I was gonna say, is this you're thinking eagle on this one, or?
Yeah, absolutely. It's certainly at 770 that it's not a distance issue. It's just about being in good enough position that you've kind of got your angles.
That got some great ground play, Steve.
It did, no doubt.
You'll take that when it gives it to you. Simon going for some big distance here.
Yeah, he caught that tree, and he was kind of going left side as well, so we'll see if he's got a shot from there.
Chris up third. That is right. Is it going to miss stuff? What happened there?
I'm not sure if it was a little wind gust or just glazed off a branch, but it definitely had some weird action.
It did. That was trippy. Casey? Man, he mashes.
Yeah, he can throw. That was a great drive.
That was great. Beautiful line on that one, getting way up the fairway.
Yeah, you can see the OB there, and that's kind of the cool part about the hole is if you want to get all the way down there, you got to tempt OB.
I like it. I like the risk-reward action. Chris is second. That should make for a pretty easy birdie, if nothing else.
Yeah, absolutely. You see, he just took it right around those branches. But, yeah, he has a nice, easy birdie. And if you want to tempt an eagle on this, you really do have to take OB into play. So we'll see what Simon does.
Yep. He is trying to get there. Looks to be fading a little early.
Yeah, and then it took a little skip there, and he found the OB. And I guess it, we don't have to really know if Simon was going to be attacking or not. Simon is always attacking.
Not wrong. What are you reaching for on your second shot?
This is another Brinster T-Bird, and this one tipped up a little bit. It was going to be flirting with OB, maybe caught some branches a little bit, and so I ended up well short. So I'm not really in good position for eagle.
At least it's in bounds, though. Got the good kick.
And
Casey, though.
Yeah, after that huge drive that he had, he threw a nice second shot, so he's got an eagle putt.
Chris also has an eagle putt. Looks like he's running it. Maybe just a half go. That'll birdie. This is your long eagle bid. Steve, that looks so good.
Yeah, I thought I had a chance.
I did too. So Simon, after going OB on his second, this will be for 4. And he is going to be taking a 5. And you're most likely getting a stroke on him.
Yeah,
Give you a little.
It certainly was surprising to see him. I thought he would get up for that putt and still get a birdie there. And on a 770-foot par 5, you're almost sure that Simon's going to be walking away with a birdie, but with a errant second shot there. But
it's Casey with the eagle instead. It looks like
Casey nails it, and his drive got so far down there. He really put himself in good position, and then he finished it off with a nice putt there.
Yeah, he shaped that drive beautifully and capitalized on it. Nice to see. That's a birdie for yourself and a birdie for Chris. People getting strokes on Simon on that one, and that, I believe, gives you a little bit of breathing room over Simon. I think he's going to take it out to 2 strokes. Yeah, there it is. Everybody else getting a little bit tighter, though, with Casey with the eagle within 3. Really nobody out of this at this point, you know?
Absolutely not. Yeah, now there's some birdie holes coming up. Hole 13, par 3, 250. There's really 2 kind of plays on this. You can either kind of throw a low skip shot that goes underneath these branches you see, or you can throw a stall shot or something a little bit higher that can get it to move left. So you'll see both plays.
Casey taking the box with the eagle. Not often you lose the box after carding a birdie, but it happened.
You can see nice action there. He got all the groundwork he needed, and he's all the way up to the pin.
I don't think he's going to let you have that box back just yet, Steve. What's this thing?
This is another Brinster T-Bird. And
that'll work.
Yeah, just speed control, nice up and high, kind of take the ground out of play.
Chris looking for that bird as well. See if we go back to back. This feels like the second easiest hole you guys have played so far.
Yeah,
if not the easiest.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one that it's almost a must get. It's certainly after playing 2 par 4s and a par 5, you're looking to erase a stroke. So if you miss this one, you're not feeling too good.
Chris has got a look. Not too far. He's solid on the green. Should make this. Nicely done.
He's starting to get back on track with back-to-back birdies.
Yeah, nice to see. Simon looking for a 2 as well. Nicely done. And Casey and yourself have pretty much drop-ins here. Looks like another star frame. I believe our second one of those. The last hole, I think you guys averaged a star frame. But
yeah, I mean, just kind of doing what we need to do there. There's some other cards out there on the course, and that we got to think about. Nobody's playing extremely hot, so we're all just trying to grind away. But yeah, all picking up birds there, doing what we need to do.
8 through 13 isn't bad, Steve. Let's not undersell that, man. Hole 14, what's your game plan?
This is almost a forced sidearm for righties if you want to get anywhere near the basket. You can see it tucked in these trees here, and anything that is in those trees it almost does not have a putt. So you're going to see a lot of flex sidearms here. Otherwise,
going for one.
If you throw a backhand, you're pretty much going to be left with a 40 or 50 footer at best.
I was going to say, I don't see you throwing too many sidearms, Steve.
This is a rare occasion, so it's I let myself throw 2 or 3 tournament, so that was one of them right there.
Same for when they count. Almost threw it in the other pin, it looked like.
Yeah.
Got a long look for the birdie. It's a clean one, though. Chris looking to make a move. Oh, no, don't move over there.
Yeah, it's serious trouble over there.
Oh, my God, that looks rough. Simon going to try and shape one up the fairway. He's so casual.
Yeah, and
too casual?
A little too casual on that, and that's been a common mistake that you'll see. And anything that hyzers out early and is behind those trees is pretty much has no chance at getting a birdie. It looked like he fought up there a little bit, so we'll see what he has.
Yeah, that is a wall of trees right there. Chris is going to go hang out with Simon over there behind that wall. Got out at least.
Yeah, that was a pretty ugly spot.
Casey looks to be the right-hand side of the fairway short, just pitching up with a forehand. That wall is doing work, Steve.
It is. It's that's a tough spot to be.
Man, you do not want to miss short on this one. Chris is third. Man.
And I thought he got just a little too cute with this, and he ended up behind the wall in the back. And
he did? Oh, no. And somebody's got a clean putt. It is you for a 2.
I was amazed because this is blowing every bit of 20, and you can't tell at all. But no. I wanted it, and
Steve, what a putt, man!
Yeah,
what was that?
That was my best putt
40,
of the
50?
tournament. Yeah, it was probably about 50, and wins that you can't see, but.
They always make fun of you calling it invisible wind, but this is literally invisible wind, man. You cannot see it.
Like nothing moving.
Yeah, not at all. So, like you said, Chris went into the other wall, but oh my gosh, what a good putt.
Yeah, I didn't have him making that because I've been in there, and so he must have had some little lane, and good for him. He made a nice putt there.
Yeah, happy to see him make that one. Oh, Casey just a little bit too pro side, drops out. That's going to turn to a bogey. Looks like he's a little frustrated by that, understandably so. I believe this will be a par for Simon.
Yeah. Yeah, and Casey's got a pretty solid sidearm, so I'm sure he kind of stepped into that hole hoping to pick up a 2, and as you walk away with a 4, it's pretty disappointing.
Absolutely agree with you there. You are pulling away just a little bit more, get a little bit more comfortable with that. You got a 3-stroke lead now. We got Chris and Casey tied in third, and we are looking at hole 15.
All right, hole 15, a par 3, 360 feet. Definitely has a low ceiling here. You got these branches that you need to go under. You see on this, we got 2 baskets.
I have not seen this. That is fantastic, Steve. What do you got for us here?
This is old star T-Bird, and I just needed to finish a little further right, so I got a little work to do.
Okay. Not terribly out of position, though. I like the forehand play here with the slope of the green from Simon.
Yeah, he did something different the first round, and he threw a backhand, and then he opted for this, and it turned out nice. It was a good play for him.
Yeah. Give him a putt for the 2. Possibility to get a stroke on yourself with you being a little bit out of position. Casey leaving a little bit left. Is there a putt over there?
Yeah, he kind of worked up the hill a little bit. He'll have a clean look.
And Chris getting a little too much turn on that one and a little too much roll.
Yeah, Chris, after taking that bogey on the last hole, certainly trying to make things happen here and just couldn't get it done.
Yeah. Oh, you're not that far out. A lot closer than I thought.
Yeah, probably just inside the circle here, and really wanted to make this one and didn't put that good of a bid up. But with Simon looming, you're always trying to make sure that there's nothing he can do about it. But give an opportunity here.
That you did. Casey missed the open door. Let's see if Simon walks through. Yes, he does. So that'll take your lead down to 2. Assuming you make your drop up putt. Chris left us up a little shorter than he wanted. Oh my goodness! Happy to see him convert there, though.
Yeah, that one snuck in there.
It did. Casey will be throwing it in here, saving his par, as will you.
Yeah, and that's one of the more unique basket scenarios I've ever seen, but it actually kind of works. I don't know if it's something that I would like to see in like a major or a really big event, but on a casual everyday course, it's kind of cool.
I dig it, man. That was your lead at 2, and we have 3 holes left to go. First one of those is hole 16.
Hole 16's a 260-foot par 3. Our drone's not exactly flying down what I think is the preferred route, but this is probably everyone's least favorite hole on the course. There is a gap that you can hit, but you're going to see a couple different plays here, starting with Simon, who I believe is going to try for sidearm, and he's trying to figure out what the gap is as he's on the tee.
He hated it.
Yeah, despite not hitting the gap that he wanted, he got himself down there.
Yeah, he's got a putt, and he definitely needs it right now with 3 holes left and down by 2. See if you can close the door here with a good shot, Steve. Looks like a rock.
Yeah. And I missed my gap too. I'm trying to take it kind of over the yellow pin there, and I missed my gap as well.
Casey with a forehand play. Wow, that worked.
Yeah, and I guess these guys are seeing something that I don't. Throwing sidearms more often than I do, but they both found themselves down there.
Yeah. So he missed Chris's drive. This is his second. It's a little bit long. That's a tester for his par.
Yeah, and he's just been working really hard this back stretch.
It really has. Here is your second. Not the easiest of ups.
No, I'm just trying to get this close, and if Simon makes a big putt, I'm just going to have to deal with it. But trying to make anything from there just seemed like I was out of position.
Mm-hmm. And here is Simon to get a stroke on yourself. Take this lead down to 2. Just didn't want to happen. Tailwind putt possibly, or?
Yeah, I think it was. I was kind of surprised to see him not convert there, just knowing how good of a player he is, and at this position in the tournament, it was kind of a must-make for him.
Definitely was. Casey with a great putt, getting in the mix as well. Chris comes back, unable to convert for par. So that'll be a bogey. And we'll see that after you drop in your par. And Simon with a par as well. We got 2 holes left, and you got a 2-stroke lead, Steve. What are you thinking here with 2 left to go?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just one of those things where if I birdie, there's not much that he can do. So I'm just trying to stay in the moment, not think about what he's doing, and just do my best to make a good tee shot.
There you go. Casey getting back in the mix there, taking sole possession of 3rd with his birdie and Chris's bogey. We're looking at hole 17, Steve.
Yeah, hole 17, 540-foot par 4. Good shot, takes you right here where the drone's going. You try and beat these trees and end up just past this yellow basket. You should have something under 200 left to the pin. Trouble on the right, but most players are going to take the hyzers, and that's going to be the dominant play on this hole.
Any OB to worry about?
No OB, just some really thick stuff if you turn it over on the right-hand side.
The natural OB, which is the preferred OB. Casey White does not get off clean. That kicked left. Simon looking to attack here.
And this was another moment where Simon kind of doing Simon things. He took a really aggressive line, I think, trying to punch it all the way down there, maybe take eagle into play at 540 feet, and now he's going to find himself struggling.
Yeah, I think he was definitely running that eagle, which makes it easy on you after watching him throw. Is that what you're going to throw anyway, or did you?
Yeah, I was definitely throwing the hyzer in any case. It just kind of takes any early stuff out of play.
Chris, that's leaking a little right. Hopefully it comes back. Oh, yeah.
And that's a great spot. Anything that finishes up on the right-hand side gives you a nice open shot for your second.
Simon's second has a lot of work left to do after that early tree hit. He is going to find another one.
Yeah, and he had some stuff to, room to work with there. These giant white pines kind of offer a variety of gaps, but Simon just didn't have his A game today.
Truth. Casey getting up there. Oh, wow. Great shot from him.
Yeah, and he was pretty far back there, so that was impressive.
Yeah, he had a pretty early tree. Is T-Bird?
As a T-Bird again.
Getting it up there. Did you go long?
Just a little bit, yeah. I'm probably only about 15, 18.
Yeah. That could be the nail in the coffin if you can make that one. And especially with Simon running into all kinds of trouble. Oh, no.
One of the most uncharacteristic Simon shots of the day. I think at that point kind of knew that it was just about over for his run for the W.
Yep. Ran out of care, possibly.
Yeah, exactly.
Here he is giving it a bid. Yep. That'll work, but not for the score he wanted on this one. Casey for a great birdie after that drive. Man.
Yeah, and he shows you, when you have his kind of power that even if you are pretty far back there, you can make something happen, and that was a great second shot.
It really was. Chris looking to convert. She does nicely. That'll be for birdie. Good hole 17 from him. And here is Simon's comebacker, which is for a bogey. With you carding a birdie, that pretty much locks it up, Steve.
Yeah, I felt pretty good about it. I knew I had some guys on the second card that I was tied with going into it. I thought I had a pretty good round going, but you never know, and I just wanted to stay focused, make sure that somebody doesn't sneak up on me from the second card. So
yeah, got a 10 down round, so hopefully that won't happen. Looks like Simon falling into a tie with Casey for second, and we're on to our last hole, Steve.
Yeah, hole 18, beautiful par 5, 800 feet. This is closer to a par 4 when you have distance like the top level players, but it's still a tough one. So good shots land over here, just past those trees, kind of on this road, and if you get up that far, then you can kind of navigate a couple different gaps. The trick here is trying to get it so that the disc doesn't finish too far to the left going down this hill.
And there is Mo Barani, our cameraman, editor, and basket impersonator. Superstar that guy is. There is Casey White.
Yeah, and Casey's showing off his power here. This is a good shot, and he just barely clips the trees that you want to beat, so he's going to have some things to navigate here before he has a chance for eagle.
You reaching for a Brinster Destroyer?
Yeah, this is another Brinster Destroyer. I just want to put a good move on it and give it a pretty good ride.
Steve, that was beautiful, man. Got the full flight out of it and everything. Great shot. Kick off the last hole of your tourney. Chris, going roller?
Yeah, and I think he plays here a fair amount, and he laid down a pretty good one there, and so he's in position.
Yeah, just short of Casey, right? And Simon's going to throw this one as hard as he can, and he did.
I was kind of surprised he didn't throw a 360 there, just kind of coming off of that bogey hole and knowing his state of mind at the time. But yeah, he unloaded on it, and you can see the yellow par 4 pin up there that he is all the way up there. He would be putting for eagle on that pin, but we were going to the white one.
Chris is second. This is looking great.
Yeah, and these shots are delicate. You see here that, with the slope of the hill, even the OB that comes into play down there, it's just tough to get it to finish straight. So that's pretty common, but he's still in great position.
Casey second. Looks to be drifting left. That OB lurks. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Wow.
Oh
And
my gosh.
I didn't realize how close he got. I think I was thinking about my next shot. I didn't realize he got all the way that close to OB. I've never seen anybody actually go OB.
Uh-huh. But that one got pretty close, and this is... I love the shot selection here with the rock here. You get a nice flat landing.
Yep, exactly.
And you got an eagle putt, Steve, to finish your tournament, man.
Yeah, that was one of the better shots I threw the whole event. I didn't play absolutely great, but I did throw some good shots down the stretch, and that was one of the better ones.
That was. And Simon has a drop-in eagle.
Yeah, I mean, when you throw a 600-foot drive, I guess it's just that easy.
I guess so. Must be nice.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Most of us won't ever know what that's like, but yeah.
No. That is a luxury that guy has. Here is Chris for his eagle, I believe. After Casey missed his eagle bid, but that's a drop-in birdie to finish. Casey looking for a birdie as well. Very un-Casey. Usually good for those, and here you are for the win. Steve.
You can see the disappointment in me there. I just wanted to finish it the right way, and just not totally knowing what is going on in the second card. I just hoped that wasn't going to cost me in any way. I felt pretty good about it, but it's never fun to miss putt.
Yeah, that's the thing with when you don't have U-Disc around, man. You gotta, it's always a bit of a gamble.
Yeah, absolutely.
Find out what the scores are. But you finished with a birdie, and I believe that got you the win, Steve.
Yeah, so it ended up the second card. Nobody really made too big of a push, and so that birdie on the last hole was good enough for, I believe, a 3-stroke win.
Yep, there it is. Casey in third, Chris in fourth. Huge thanks to Mo and Michelle for doing a great job filming. I forget who did the drone footage, but thank you as well. And there is your top 10. 3-stroke win. Nice comeback from you were fourth going into the final round there, I believe.
Yeah, it was 4 strokes off the lead, and didn't get off to the hottest start, but just kept pushing, and made some good big shots when it counted.
Love it, man. Great performance right there. And Steve, huge thanks for coming on for commentary, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. I had a great time.
Yeah, we'll have to do it again. We'll hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll catch you for Beaver State Fling.